highest state is called ether. And it's no longer 666 now. As ether is 999. On the ground it's 666.
But
In the sky or in the above,
okay.
the ether is 999. So they mirror each other.
And can I ask a question? In the sky is the mother.
Mother Earth, Father Sky.
Mother Earth, Father Sky. But what about the cosmos then?
That's the great mother.
That's the great mother.
That's Big Mama.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And who and the mother of the red brother is Mama Earth or Big Mama?
Right.
Mama Earth.
So Mother Earth being Big Red, right? Or gives birth to the redhead stepchild.
Mm.
They call him a redhead stepchild because he was parthogenic in his origin.
Right.
So whoever he got for a daddy, he's still a stepchild.
That's why he's so hateful.
Right. But he really ain't.
He really not. He really not hateful, or he really not the stepchild. He
really not hateful.
Well, he's hurt.
But no matter who daddy is, he gonna always be the stepchild.
Right. You know what
because
they say when somebody hates you, they really love you.
That's a thin line. I mean that it's the flip side of the same coin.
Mm-hmm.
The amount of energy that somebody put in to hating you, they can put 1/5 of that energy into loving you and change their whole life around.
Change the game.
Yeah.
Change the game. Okay, now I'm nervous. I'm like, I'm not doing it right.
You did. It's just going into more detail than where you were.
Yes.
Because like if you know the whole story of the segment, when you pull that card, it gives you more details to add to what you're seeing.
Right. That's why studying and somebody said information has to be learned. His name is He is Blanchard on IG. I follow him. I love him. He said information has to be learned. Some information is caught in your DNA, but you also have to learn how to decipher it. So it's the same thing.
Mm-hmm. Well, learning, you still got to digest what you consume. Whether you consume it mentally or physically, you still got to digest it in order for you to be able to utilize it.
Mm-hmm.
So digesting mental information, your brain just have to put everything where it go, and you have to allow yourself what you call a downtime. While your brain do that, you need to be putting cucumbers on your motherfucking eye, laying under a motherfucking what you call them things, a weighted blanket, while you getting motherfucking massage on your motherfucking toes or something.
Recalibrating and rejuvenating.
Yeah. So that's when I used to read a lot. I used to get to a point where I couldn't read no more. It would be going in like blah 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 blah.
That's how it gets when I read myself, like, because you know you can't really read yourself, but I'll be able to do a little bit, and then if I keep going, it's just like no.
Yeah. So when it started doing that, I don't read nothing. I just listen to music and lay back. Because I mean that I gotta have a chance to put this information somewhere in my brain if I ever want to use it in the future.
Right. And that's like writing music. Sometimes, you know, people think they have writer block, but I think it was Erykah Badu that said you have to live in order to download something new. Like you got to actually do something else.
Well, if you listen to how Biggie used to write, he would do something and he wouldn't even be focused on the song. But while he was doing what he doing, the song would come to him. Right. And then he'll go in there and spit the song.
That's like,
he already know it.
Yeah, that's like kind of like me. Because when I try to write a song, it's harder, but I can freestyle it way easier than I can write it. But it's just catching it. So, you know, catching it the first time it come out. That's the only thing.
You want to put another one?
Yeah, I'm trying to find my tarot cards because these are oracle cards. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can find it.
Look, when the imposters get drug out, it's gonna be so much evidence to prove that they the imposters that they won't be able to run from it.
We just have to not be in denial when things come to the surface. That's all.
That's a pretty good question. Somebody said for the tarot question asked, how would the children respond or accept their new existence as we evolve in the future?
So I'm gonna shuffle. How will the children respond? What was it? How will the children respond to the environment in the future? Their existence.
How will the children respond or accept their new existence as we evolve into the future?
So the children are only going to accept it as far as you accept it. So a child can only go as far as you prepare them for. And so how are we as the elders, because I'm an elder to my children, and Mr. Hayes is an elder to me, and so forth and so forth. So like, how are we going to respond to it is the first thing that's coming to mind. You know how like when you have your children and they keep on asking you a whole bunch of questions and you just want like some peace and quiet, and you be like, I don't know, dang. Like, I'm using that as an example to say that through this transition, you're going to have to, us as parents or as elders to children, whether it be auntie, uncle, brother, cousin, because sometimes you're older, we have to provide grace and security for the children. Because honestly, they can only accept what we accept, and they can only live comfortably if we create a comfortable environment. And so, I'm gonna get my laptop real quick. But compassion is something that a lot of us didn't have as children. We didn't receive a lot of compassion or maybe patience. And so
Both.
As we move through this new period, a lot of times when you're an adult and you're learning stuff, it's hard for you to grant patience and compassion to another person when you're trying to figure it out. So that's why when you hear people talk about preparation, it's because opportunity meets preparation, or, preparation meets opportunity. You can only go as far as you prepare. So when we think about children in a state of like, lack, or just, I think people are wondering if there's going to be children on the street and crying and laid out and things of that nature. It's only going to be as far as you prepare for. It's only going to be as good or bad as you prepare for. And so when you hear people talk about unity or community, it's because those things encourage growth and protection and family. Like when you think about what is going to be the best situation and circumstance for my child or children in the higher timelines, those are all the things that you're supposed to be preparing for. Literally. Like, I was thinking about washing clothes in my tub because I wanted to save money, but I was like, you know what, low key, like I might need to learn how to really like soak some clothes and scrub them on a washboard. Let me buy them while they're available. Or let me make one. Shit, somebody got metal somewhere, a scrap metal place down the street. Weld something together. Do you know how to weld something together? How are you preparing for the children? And if we're moving in a space of like Desperation, you trying to get to a grocery store to get the last bag of rice, but really somebody has 3 bags of rice and somebody else has 7 bags of beans and somebody else has a well or water. It's like, if you come together with your
You got a meal.
resources, you got a plate.
Yeah. You know, you bring about the children where they used to talk to children like they didn't have any emotional barometer.
None.
Call them the foulest of names. These be the parents,
And for your
right?
generation, like, so when I think about my parents, I think about their parents and so forth and so forth. And I think about the environment that they grew up in. Your parents, what, give me a year. What was they dealing with? Segregation, or past that? What was they dealing
Both of my parents, my father was born in 35. My mom was born in 33. I mean 39.
with? Okay.
So they grew up 40s, 50s. They was teenagers in the 50s.
Okay.
You know, going into the 60s, they was in their 20s. So they lived through that bullshit.
You know what I'm saying? And so their parents were
But
raising them how to survive. They didn't have time to a lot. Well, I won't say they didn't have time, but I think that sometimes parents thought that I can't make you soft. I got to make you hard for this world. And so then your parents,
well, that's what Big Mama be doing. But even when Big Mama talk harsh to you, it's certain stuff that she will not say to a child.
definitely no. I'm not saying it's acceptable at all, because
Hmm.
children don't know. You know how people say you don't know what you don't know? Children really don't know. You've been here for 35, 40, 70 years and your ass still don't know. So you want
Yeah.
to yell at a baby for doing something that babies do, toddlers do, children do, adolescents do, teenagers do. That don't make sense. You are the one supposed to teach them. And we have children before we even have anything to teach.
Hmm. You know, one of the tools that I use to teach my son, like when he would do something, I would say, is that age appropriate
Mm-hmm.
for a 1 year old or a 2 year old or a 3 year old,
Mm-hmm.
right? Okay, so now at his level, how do he understand that? What he did? How was he perceiving it? So then I gotta talk to him. Like, why did you do that? I don't know. What was you thinking about? I don't know. Mm. So you have to figure out a way of talking to them where they don't clam up with the I don't know,
Right. They have to feel safe.
right? So the enthusiasm in my voice to get him to explain to me what he was thinking, right? And the angle in which I approach it. I never thought to do that. What made you think about that? Oh, Dad, I was just doing this and I figured it'll fit in there like this. And so now you can see that it came from an innocent place. You don't have to punish that child
Right. Right.
because you know how to communicate with them now.
Right.
Where when we was coming up, you little nappy head badass motherfucker, get your motherfucking ass in here before I stick my foot up your ass and slow walk you. A motherfucker, I'll motherfucking whoop a mud hole in your ass and walk it dry. Right? What in the fuck is
Immediate
all that?
immediate aggression. It was like there was
Yeah, like what the fuck is all that shit?
immediate consequence. And that's why a lot of people are liars now, because you were a child that never got grace. You never got
Yeah,
grace to be a child, and so you have to think of an answer. And some of y'all like started thinking of answers that was just the best service. So you didn't either got out the trouble, or you figured out, like, if I lie about it, they don't know, I won't get my ass whooped. If I lie about it, I won't get punished. And those type of behaviors with our children create personality traits that you don't want your children to have. You want them to be able to think for themselves, express themselves with confidence. And we have a bad habit of, like, I guess, oppressing our children. We have a bad habit of pushing them down, just for being who they are, instead of allowing them to blossom and grow.
right. So, like, Every day I give my son the bath. When he getting out the bathtub and I'm drying him off, we go over his mantra. I started when he was like 7 months old.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be drying him off and I'd be like, I look good, I feel good, I smell good, I do good, and I be good, right?
Mm-hmm.
And but when I first started, I had him say his name. I'm Jeremy. I look good. You know how you feel when you first get out the shower?
You feel so
That
fresh and
relief,
clean.
right?
Ooh.
So to anchor the mantra to that feeling was the goal.
Mm. I love that.
So now he will automatically know that anytime he's under stress and he need a break for a minute, go take a shower. And when you get out the shower, you're gonna look good,
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna smell good, you're gonna feel good. That's gonna make you able to do good, and that's how you be good,
Yeah, it's
right?
gonna
You automatically know that. So when it comes to a domestic situation with his girlfriend, the first thing ain't to make her look like motherfucking Martin after he fought Tommy Hearns. His first thing is, uh, oh shit, I think I need to go take a shower.
let me get this
I,
off of me real quick.
right, he'll have an automatic reset mechanism at his disposal.
Yeah.
Whether it's a bath or a shower, it don't matter.
Even if it's
His
just
re-
conceptualizing and remembering that sensation and that feeling of that cleanse of how it feels to be brand new.
right. And these become the things that they didn't want us to continuously teach our children,
Right.
right? But when you look at the children of the smartest people, then the children of the smartest people get different types of interaction with the parent. The most frustrated people are the ones who haven't developed mentally.
And also the ones that were ill prepared.
Yeah.
We always say that there's not a right way to do things, but I think there's an order. There's an order to
Well,
things.
and that's one of the things about humans, we're supposed to share information, right? I understand conditions and the problem that's taking place. But before I can share the information to the people, I have to put certain things at play to start the ball rolling on us moving back into our positions,
Mm-hmm.
right? I don't have time to teach it um yet, but as it all turn around, as long as I initiated what needed to be initiated for us to win, now I can go around and tell y'all this is what's going on. This is where we at. This is what I see.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I love that. So I wanted to read the definition of compassion. It said sympathetic consciousness of others' distress together with a desire to alleviate it. And I love that because it was like, when we talk about our children, it's like, how do you want to make sure that they don't have anything to worry about, anything to fear, anything to want for? And that's like the things that we need to focus on, either really individually, because if we all individually are prepared, then as a community, we all have.
I want certain stuff. I want my children to want for it to the point where they feel that they can work for it and they can earn what it is that they don't have that they want. And that's going to teach them two lessons. Ain't nobody better than you, but you ain't better than nobody else. If you see something that you really want, it's going to require you to perform or to do certain efforts in order to attain that. If you just want a motherfucker to pass you something because of who you is, then you in the wrong house. You better take your ass down the street. And that house of entitlement, yeah, they trading titles on that motherfucker on a regular basis.
That's a good one. You got all the good stuff.
So yeah. So so I don't